In my previous videos, I tried explaining in simple terms what could be childhood trauma, our brain's alarm system, which is amygdala, a small part of our brain, and how amygdala works when it is normal and when it is overactive. So it's to do with our nervous system and how a child's nervous system constantly looks out for a threat and how these things translate into adulthood and they end up having traumas. Today, let's look at some common trauma responses in our everyday life. I'll just try to pick 4 or 5 of the very common ones, what all of us would have come across either with ourselves or with somebody whom we know. We will get into more details as we go by in further videos. But to start with, let's look at 5 of them. The first one being overthinking or hypervigilance. Number 2, people pleasing. 3, perfectionism. Number 4, avoidance. And 5, being emotional numbness. Now, overthinking or hypervigilance. Somebody who overthinks on everything. It could be a small WhatsApp message to which they've not got a reply. While their logical mind might tell them that the other person is busy or stuck in something, the nervous system is so used to the feeling that being silent means there is something wrong. So, unless and until they get the response what the mind is expecting, they are in constant thoughts. They try to find danger in everything. They keep expecting something to go wrong. So, if you can relate to it, or if you know someone who overthinks a lot, who's hypervigilant, now understand where it all comes from. They don't like to be so. There is a certain reason why they are like that and they need help. Second one, people pleasing. The nervous system is used to the fact that if I make everybody happy, I am safe. So when a child gets the feeling that I am safe, when everybody around me is happy, he or she tries to do things to keep pleasing those people around him or her. Whenever you want to say yes, you end up saying no. And when you want to say a strict no, you end up saying yes. You have very weak boundaries because your ultimate aim is to make everybody happy. Because if everybody is happy, you are safe. Your nervous system feels safe. The next one being a perfectionist. They want to take out their attention from everything else that's happening around them and put that entire focus on the work what they do. Exhaust them to that limit that they are not stressed about anything else. They try to put all efforts to just make sure they don't make any mistakes, because if they don't make any mistakes and are perfect, nobody will criticize them and they are safe. Now, do you understand why somebody gets into perfectionism? It could be any area, need not be your work, it could be in keeping a house clean. The pressure is so much on that person that if there is a slight chance of criticism of something going wrong and they being blamed, they have trained their nervous system in such a way that they want everything perfect so that they are not blamed for anything and they are safe. Fourth one is the avoidance. Avoiding difficult conversations, avoiding difficult meetings, avoiding doing difficult things, keeping it for later, postponing it, procrastination. Why? Because if I avoid it, I will be safe. If I attempt it, I might go wrong and then all those things will happen. So if I avoid it, I'm safe. That happens with people who avoid. So if you are into constant procrastination or avoid difficult conversations with people just to make yourself feel safe, this is where it comes from. Fifth one, what I've picked is emotional numbing. You would have come across people who don't express any emotion. They're not happy, they're not sad. They express their anger, they express their irritation. That too, they try to control. Every time, it's like I am fine kind of an attitude. They numb themselves of all the emotions. They don't cry, they don't share their issues or problems with others because feelings hurt and they believe if I don't feel anything, I won't get hurt and I am safe. So, do you understand how important it is to address your childhood traumas, which is translated into these adult behaviors, what we constantly display in our everyday lives? And a child picks up these abuses, what later gets translated as traumas, not just from their homes. It could be their school, it could be their neighborhood, it could be their cousin's home, it could be their daycare, it could be their school van, it could be their tuition centers. I know these terms might trigger things in many of you, but that is the truth. So if you are a parent and have a child who is reluctant to go to school, find out the reason. Not all children are lazy. If a child does not want to come back home from school, there is a reason. It's not that they want to just roam around after school. If he or she is reluctant to go to a person, to someone's home, uncomfortable with somebody, listen to them, believe them, trust them. They are trying to communicate something in ways they know. Don't dismiss it as something silly or display the we know it all attitude that we are parents or aunts or uncles or cousins or grandparents, but listen to them so that they don't end up as traumatized individuals later. These are very sensitive things, and there's a lot for us to know. And if any of you need personal help, you can reach out to me for healing any of your wounds, may it be a mother wound, a father wound, an authority wound, an intergenerational wound, or healing of your inner child.